And Jets fans are desperate to have a winner here. So I want to ask you guys, what is more likely? The Jets make the AFC Championship game or the Jets miss the playoffs?
Ooh.
Dante?
I'm going to say, and we're considering all things equal, everyone is healthy.
Correct.
We don't lose Rodgers 3 plays in.
Let's say health is not a factor.
AFC Championship. I don't see them missing the playoffs if that guy's healthy. They have the defense. They have the tools around him. I love the coaching staff. I think it's more likely they make the AFC Championship game versus missing the playoffs.
You love the coaching staff. You love Robert Saleh.
I love Robert Saleh. Yeah,
Tell
I think
me
he's
why.
legit. I mean, just look at his track record. I always like to look at guys like, for instance, we talk about Andy Reid and Philly and KC. He was successful in Green Bay as well. Coach Saleh, look at the success he had in San Francisco. So his track record tells me he's a hell of a coach. So at some point, in this day and age, you just need a quarterback to go along with that. He's at a top, 5 defense since he's been with the Jets. I'm not worried about Saleh and that staff. It's all about that quarterback for me.
Okay, Teak?
I'm going to agree. I'm very biased here because Nate Hackett's one of my great friends. You talk about loving the coaching staff. I love Nate. He had great success in Jacksonville. I mean, they went to the AFC Championship game with Blake Bortles.
Should have won that AFC Championship game.
Aaron Rodgers had 2 MVPs with Nate Hackett. Now, I know he gets crapped on a lot, but he's one of the smartest, you know this, and unique people you've ever met. He's a great mind. He's also a dancer, right? Like he dances.
What kind of dance? Are we talking twerking or are we talking
No. Like
He used to teach hip-hop dancing.
What? I did not know that.
I swear to you.
I didn't know that.
I swear to you. So he is cool as hell, and you can relate to him. He was handed a horrible hand last year. Let me restate that. He was handed a horrible hand the last 2 years.
Yes.
He didn't want Russell Wilson necessarily.
They thought they were going to get Aaron.
Right. But even without Aaron, the ownership wanted Russell Wilson. So they got Russell Wilson. Russell wasn't the guy. And so he gets fired after a year. He comes here, got Aaron Rodgers, like we wanted in Seattle. He gets hurt. And you got Zach Wilson, who just struggles. And he just gets his bad rap. But he's a great mind. He really is. So I love the coaching staff as well. Jeff Ulbrich is fantastic. Doesn't get enough accolades for what he's been able to do with that Jet defense. So I agree with you. They are more likely to make the AFC Championship than miss the playoffs. The only way they miss the playoffs is if
major injuries.
People get hurt.
Yep.
Kat, you agree?
Yeah, I think assuming they're going to stay healthy is a big if, right? I
and that's the problem because you got a 40-year-old quarterback.
Yeah, that's a big if. Now, if you say, they're going to be healthy, I'm with you because I don't think there's a dominant team in the AFC. I think the Chiefs are the favorite, but I just think the landscape of the AFC, there's not like, okay, that team has got to go out and win it.
Other than Kansas City.
Yeah, but I don't think they're a dominant favorite. I
Right.
wouldn't say.
Right.
So, yes, I agree with you guys that if the Jets are healthy, they have a better chance to be in the championship game than to be out of the playoffs.
but you're right, Andrew. It is challenging. I'm thinking about the teams in the AFC right now. So,
But you just have to win your division. So, I don't know what you guys were taught. We always went into it, win your division. That's an automatic bid into the playoffs. So my foundation of what I said was based on, I think they're going to win the division.
but if you win the division, you now have to have the best record. Don't have to play 2 games to get to the championship game. But that's going to be hard because Baltimore is going to be, their division's tough. So Baltimore probably won't have the number 1 seed because Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh. They never have losing seasons. Cincinnati is fantastic.
Gonna be legit
Cleveland should be legit. They have the top 1 or 2 defense in the National Football League. So you have to get the number 1 seed if you're the Jets to only play 2. Are they? That's the question. And so is the AFC West challenging enough to knock Pat Mahomes off of that pedestal?
Has this Cinto kicked in already? You got to win your division first. You're like way ahead, number 1 seeds and all of that. Like, we just got to win your division and you'll make the
No, but I'm thinking about the Jets being able to get to the AFC Championship game. They have to not only win the division, they need to be the number 1 seed. Because the last thing you want to do is get to the playoffs and have to go to Kansas City.
So you don't trust Rodgers on the road AFC Championship game at Arrowhead?
I mean, you saw what he did to Tua.
Man, I don't trust him. I'm saying you don't trust him either, though. I don't think the Jets can go to Arrowhead and win. No way.
So they need the 1 seed. And so
I think it's more likely they miss the playoffs.
come on.
I do.
Wow.
I do.
Now there are a lot of teams. Cincinnati's good, obviously.
Well, look at the AFC.
Houston.
I mean,
Houston.
I think there's 3 playoff teams in the AFC North potentially: Ravens, Browns, Bengals. I like the Bengals a lot. Now you take the Chiefs out of the AFC West. I think the Chargers will be very good actually this year, assuming Herbert's healthy. Yeah. Now you look at the AFC East. If only one team comes out of there, Bills, Dolphins, Jets are all kind of the same team. So now I'm supposed to believe that the Jets not only get through all of that, but they win 2 or 3 AFC playoff games? That's a big leap for me.
That's why it's hard. But
That's a
I
big
don't
leap.
think they're missing the playoffs.
But if you get Miami and New York, Miami's losing. They're 0-11 when the temperature is sub 40.
Yeah.
They can't win if it's 40 below. It's going
Betting
to
the
be
Dolphins to win a playoff game is also a bad bet.
Exactly. So, are you betting on Tua or Aaron Rodgers?
Well, in that matchup, it depends where that game is, and I would probably bet on the Jets to be able to win that game, actually, no matter where it is.
Exactly.
But the Jets in Baltimore, the Jets in Kansas City, the Jets in Buffalo, I don't buy the Jets win any of those playoff games.
Okay,
The Jets in Cincinnati,
Okay, all of those questions. Who's a better quarterback?
doesn't just come down to that.
I mean, but it kind of does.
No, but Robert Saleh's unproven as a head coach, and Aaron Rodgers has had, unfortunately, guys know you guys love Aaron Rodgers, a lot of playoff flameouts recently.
A lot of flameouts.
There's 2 NFC championship games where he was terrible in. There's an NFC divisional game that he was terrible in the last 4 playoffs that he's been in. So the recent track record of Aaron Rodgers is not great in January.
See, this is why WFAN is so amazing. Because we have this to talk about all season long.
know.